Wait, I need to check something. Was there a new team, a new announcement? There was. Okay. There is a recent pickup that I just realized. I'm sorry if I guess I missed the announcement. I don't really go on social media too much, but it looks like our player here is on a new team. Spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Neo Humanity, we have the Red Zerg player. Used to be on Team Starcom up until a couple of days ago, but for WTL he has joined a new team. Representing Starlight Twinkle, it is Wayne. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the American Terran player representing himself. It's the Danger Duck himself. It is Dolan. Going for a proxy 3 racks. And this is what I expected in a way out of Dolan. I'm like, we got to bring something different to the table, whether it's mech, whether it's some cheese, whether it's an all-in. And here we go. The 3 racks is upon us. And I was just quickly double checking the Wikipedia, but apparently Wayne joined Starlight Twinkle a couple of days ago. Looks like maybe 5 or so days ago, or 6 days ago. So yeah, a very recent pickup for Starlight Twinkle. Does make plenty of sense. They did have to bolster their roster after losing some players. They did lose Spirit, if you remember. And Starlight Twinkle, they have been struggling a little bit as a team. So Wayne is a solid pickup. I guess it makes sense after Team Starcom didn't make it into Code A. It makes sense for Wayne to look for greener pastures to participate in World Team League. So yeah, it looks like he has joined the ranks of Nice and Cham to have a pretty solid lineup. Before it was Cham, Nice, and Spirit. Now Cham, Nice, and Wayne. There you go. One of each race. Balance, puppy, balance. As we do have the SCV and Marine moving on forward here. Bunker is thrown down. Wayne is now aware of what's going on. He throws down a Roach Warren instantly, correctly identifying that it is a proxy 3 racks, by the way. Not going to be pulling the boys. Wayne is going to be giving up on the low ground. He's going to be giving up on the natural. His goal here is to just stay on one base, to get into roaches, and to break out from there. Meanwhile, Dolan, if he so chose to, he could have tried to push up the ramp as well to get even more damage, but he's content here with the natural base. Very conservative play here from Dolan. He's just going to be focusing here on containing his opponent back at home. 2 gases are being taken. Dolan is already getting ready for the transition for factories. Till then, roaches are being produced again. Really quick reaction out of Wayne. He already has 5 roaches on the way. Hatchery has fallen. And it's going to be on Dolan to contain Wayne for as long as he can. The roaches have arrived. Soon they're going to be morphed into Ravagers. Again, I feel like 5 roaches are all we need to work with. As the Ravagers are on the way, creep is being spread. And behind this, factory is about to be thrown down. And I appreciate that Dolan, he's actually working backwards with his bunkers. Again, he knows that he has to buy time. First bunker is going to be going down. That's a kill, not a salvage. For a moment there, we had another bunker queued up. You'll love to see it. As we're just going to be piling down a little bit more. From here, 4 Ravagers, 2 Roaches. Behind this, Wayne is droning. He's focusing on saturating his bases. And then he's just chipping away at these bunkers. Meanwhile, back at home, we have more bunkers on the way. We have the factory as well. So Dolan is getting ready for potentially a Link Flood behind this. As we can see, there is no Link Speed. There is no Link Flood. Wayne, he's just taking control here of his natural and re-expanding. As Wayne has broken free. And now he's going for a counter-attack across the map with his Roaches, with his Ravagers. Again, he is droning behind this. He is transitioning, and he has to be very careful not to be caught out in the center of the map, especially pushing up this ramp as well as working through the slow zone. So it makes sense for Wayne to go the long way around as he checks the Zonaga and then comes back home. And from here, we have a longer game. CC is on the way. We actually prioritize the starport. Interesting. So instead of going for a Banshee, Dolan, he identifies that he's going to be safe enough against the Roach Ravager, and he's going for a faster stim instead. Do love to see it. A bit of a supply block there from Dolan. Oof. Less than ideal. As the supply block has been broken. Behind this, Wayne, he's just happily droning. He didn't lose any workers. And he's working on his third base. So things are going to settle down from here. Overall, I think I would still give the edge to Wayne. He's ahead in workers, ahead in bases. He may not have link speed, he may be lacking tech, but he's about to make up for that, especially with this lair. The lair on the way is going to be able to work towards roach speed. Meanwhile, back at home, Dolan is working on stim, but he does prioritize the medevac, and he's going for a double cyclone drop, which I appreciate. This is basically an overlord hunting squad. The goal here to hunt down as many overlords as we can. There are some overlords out here in the center of the map. We'll see if we can find some more. Not just overlord, maybe even a third base. Or a queen. So now we do get a look on this hatchery. Dolan getting a lot of damage done on it, but the Roach Ravager's in position, and Dolan is going to be forced back. Is forced to break that lock on. Oof, already a lot of damage dealt to one of those cyclones, and Dolan, he's going to have to respect this. He's going to have to back off. Does have to be very careful here about losing too much, and he does get a Ravager. But he wants another. He wants another if possible. He's going to get a Roach as well. Takes down an active tumor. And so far, this is some great value here from Dolan. Behind this, Wayne, he's working on Roach speed, working on +1 carapace. The carapace is interesting to me. This will help the Roaches against the Marines. But this tells me that potentially Wayne wants to head towards a Baneling Nest as well, and Lingbane Roach Ravager into a longer game. I'm curious. Oh, as a queen, it does get picked off. Wayne, he has droned up to 51, but he's not making any more workers from here. Up! Almost does catch those cyclones, loses another Ravager. But here we go, more Roaches are on the way. Wayne, he's building up his army, working towards one big push with carapace, with Roach speed. And what do we have at home to defend? We have a couple of tanks, no Banshees, remember that. No Banshees are available. Dolan playing with fire. Oh, God, no! Playing with fire. Oh, as a cyclone goes down. Rough loss there for Dolan. And again, Wayne, he hasn't made a drone in quite some time. It's been 51 workers for the past couple of minutes. Wayne just focusing on Roach production. Is going to be main-arting workers over. The main army, though, of Dolan is looking quite formidable, especially with stim and combat shields. You can definitely take a fight, but I'm not too sure about this. He's moving out. He's got 3 tanks, soon to be 4 tanks with his main army. He does top up that cyclone, but this is basically a 2-base all-in here from Dolan. 5 Raxes, no third base. It all ends here, and the Changeling saw the move out. Wayne, he knows. He doesn't know. He's going to be pushing on forward. The tanks are getting a lot of volleys off, but again, there's just so much Roach Ravager. Wayne, he forces his way through, takes out every single tank. And Dolan is on the back foot. He was all-inning against someone who was also pretty all-in. And the Roach Ravager does come out on top here defensively. Now Wayne is droning. Now he's free to just saturate his bases, take his gases. And Wayne is just getting further ahead from this point. Dolan doesn't have another plan, doesn't have another strategy. There is no third, there's no fourth, there's no 2-2 on the horizon or additional upgrades. It was all or nothing for Dolan, and yeah, that push just was not it. The longer this game goes on, the better it's going to be for Wayne. He's getting a 5th. He's working on link speed, +1 melee. Good target firing from Dolan. And again, there's just too much army here for Wayne. I mentioned it earlier, but the carapace did tell us that Wayne wanted to transition into Ling Bane, and that's exactly what's happening. He's not getting +1 range. He's working on melee. Now, Dolan does technically have a more efficient army, but Wayne isn't being too greedy. Like, he's being very delicate with how often he how often he drones, how often he does produce workers, and as a result, he does have a standing army. Here we go. We're going to be steaming on forward. Good tank shots do go from the Roach Ravager. But there's still just so much Roach Ravager. Not like this. As Dolan is forced back. Behind this, we do have a third TC, so Dolan is going to attempt to expand. This is a bold move here from Dolan. We'll see if he can get away with this. He is basically just playing from behind, and Wayne is about to max out. We have a Hive on the way. We have Infestors for fungal growths. 1, 2 about to kick in. I believe we actually don't have a Baneliness. We do have a drop into the main, and it's going to get some damage done. We get the Queen, we get some Lings. Oh, we can even get into the mineral line. Are we going to get the Hive? Oh my god! The Biles! Biles will not connect. The Hive goes down. A very good pick off for Dolan. If only he had an army. Because Wayne, upon losing that Hive, he's rebuilding the lair, but he has a massive force right now. So many Roaches, Ravagers, Lings. There are a lot of tanks back at home, but I don't know if I have faith, Buffy. I'll be honest. There we go. Wayne is up 80 supply. Tanks are getting in position. Likewise, Wayne just maxing out, reaching that 200 supply lead. Gonna take some tank shots to the face. But here come the Roaches, the Ravagers, and the Biles. 3 tanks go down instantly. And there is just not enough left here for Dolan. And he had a decent start with the proxy, but alas, Wayne reacted and responded so well to it. As he breaks through the defensive line, cleans up the army, GG gets called, and Wayne will take game number 1. Oh, GG. You get a great defense against the initial proxy, and on top of that, Wayne did a great job at not over-droning. You know, if you remember, he did have that changeling in the main base. He saw that there was not a third base on the way, so he was able to build up an army, respect the all-in from Dolan, and was able to shut it down quite handily. Shut it down so well when Dolan did attempt to move out through the map. And with that, Wayne is 1 game away here from taking the series, from advancing on here into the next round. We'll see if he can pull it off, as we are now getting into our next lobby. Into game 2. Here we go. Game number 2 is upon us, and the map is going to be taking place on grass farm. Well, the map is on grass farm. Let's go. Here we go. We have spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Gressvan, the red Zerg player representing his new team, representing Starlight Twinkle, leading the series 1-0. It is Wayne. And spawning in the top left hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the American Terran player, currently teamless. He is an ex-CranKy Duckling. Quack, Bobby, quack. It is Dolan. Oh my god. As Wayne is looking to be the aggressor. Wayne, he's going for a gas pool opener. Very aggressive in nature here from Wayne. And meanwhile, Dolan across the map is going for a 2-racks opener. Okay, this is going to be an interesting dynamic here, where Dolan is going to have an abundance of Reapers that are going to be active on the map, that are going to be harassing and containing Wayne. But little does Dolan know that Wayne is going to be rushing into either Roaches or Ling Speed. This could be the beginnings of a Bane bust, but I imagine this is going to be a Roach rush from Wayne. We'll see how committed he's going to be, as it is a gas pool hatch opener here from our Zerg player. And Dolan is not going for a 2-racks opener. He's going for a racks expand on the low ground. I am concerned. I am concerned here for... but should I be? Okay, so it's not Roaches. We are still mining gas, but we are getting Ling Speed. This is looking like a Bane bust. A Bane bust from Wayne. There is going to be a wall here on the low ground. The downside is that the production is a part of the wall, so if the wall gets broken, so does the production of Dolan. He also skipped his SCV scout. He skipped his Reaper scout. He's got Marines and they're hunting down the Overlord, but Dolan, he is in the dark. He doesn't know how aggressive Wayne is. We have a Baneling Nest on the way. And Dolan is in a lot of trouble. The Lings have finally been revealed. The Overlord will barely survive as well. The Rax has to come back home. The wall is not a wall. It's not a wall, Bobby. This still could be a pull first for all that Dolan knows. Boys have to be pulled. There's nothing else here. There's one Marine to defend. The Marine will survive. Wall is being rebuilt, but we don't care about this wall. It's flimsy. It's thin. It is prone to Banelings. And Banelings are on the way. They are in production. 6 Banelings in total. Wayne flooding Lings behind this. One way or another, the game will end. The bunker will help, but we don't have an army. We don't have enough units. We have a 2-1-1 setup here in the main base. Add-on is on the way. Dolan has a wall, but he has 2 Marines to his name. That is it. That is his army. And the army goes down. That is all we had left. Lings are flooding up into the main base. GG gets called, and Wayne will take the series 2-0, advancing on to the next round. GG. Up. There it is. GG, well played. Dolan completely in the dark. Unfortunately, that was kind of a build order loss for Dolan. Build order losses don't happen too often, but alas, as we do announce the score to the admins, but alas, he skipped his SCV scout. There was no Reaper scout either. He was rushing into his production in the main base. He did not have a standing army. He didn't scout the Ling Bane bust ahead of time, and yeah, Wayne just caught Dolan with his pants down. Very exposed, very unprepared. GG. GG, well played. And that does these, you know, kind of dynamics occur from time to time in StarCraft. Not too often, but every now and then they do occur. And with that, congratulations to Wayne as he does advance on into the next round, and he already has an opponent ready and waiting. Oh, let's go.